So, there seems to be a big rumor going on in wrestling right now. First, we had the news that Daniel Bryan was going to be in All Elite Wrestling. Then, that was overshadowed by the return of CM Punk after 8 years. Now, welcome to round 3 of probably the craziest couple of weeks in wrestling news ever. It appears there's a rumor going around that Brock Lesnar may be coming to All Elite Wrestling. I think if Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Brock Lesnar show up in AEW, it's going to be a pretty rude awakening for Vince McMahon, who's been running his show into the ground for the last 10 years at least. Vince McMahon has to be on the ground in the fetal position, sucking on his thumb right now. What is WWE going to do if AEW signs the 3 biggest, hottest free agents in the world? WWE is screwed, basically. Honestly, the war is real when AEW signs these 3. Because a lot of people have said that AEW is competition to WWE, but so far, not really. WWE has still been beating them in the ratings unless you count their third tier brand, which Vince McMahon refuses to claim to be a real brand in NXT. AEW has already beat NXT countless times. They beat them so many times that they changed channels. So now it seems like AEW is eyeing to compete with, actual Raw and SmackDown. And right now, they have Aleister Black, they have Andrade. They're doing really good with them. I was kind of pessimistic. I didn't think they would do good with these 2 men, but they've been doing pretty good work with them. But if they get Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, and CM Punk, I feel like the war is going to be real at that point. Because who does WWE have right now? They have Edge. They have John Cena. Cena is probably not going to stay around for too much longer before he jumps back to Hollywood. Who knows how many more matches Edge has left in him. WWE and Vince McMahon is literally going to have to get their act together. They're going to have to put together some storylines. They're going to have to start pushing some people. Because this war is real if this happens. Now, the rumors going around are some dirt sheets online for MMA fighting, some kind of MMA fighting dirt sheets, have said that somebody with knowledge on the inside has said that Brock Lesnar has signed with somebody other than WWE. That's the rumor going on right now. He's signed with somebody other than WWE. So this could mean a lot of things, like maybe Brock Lesnar's not even coming back to wrestling. He may be going back to UFC. I couldn't imagine him going to any other MMA promotion other than UFC. I don't think he would be that crazy. Someone did say that the Ultimate Fighter's a thing now. Maybe Brock Lesnar's returning to the Ultimate Fighter. As a wrestling fan, I hope Brock Lesnar goes to AEW, honestly. Because it would be very exciting to see what a different mind could do with Brock Lesnar. Maybe they would have a better, they would push Brock Lesnar better than Vince did. Because this whole Suplex City shtick has just gotten old at this point. It was good for the first couple of years, but not many people remember Brock Lesnar used to be a really good wrestler. He was always a good amateur wrestler, but he used to be a good professional wrestler. He had many great matches with Eddie Guerrero back in the day, and he was somebody that you would look at and, you'd say, this guy can compete against some of the best pro wrestlers in the world, like the scripted professional wrestlers. Brock Lesnar is not just a good legitimate fighter, he's also a good scripted, fake wrestling fighter too. But most people don't remember that because ever since he came back in 2012 against John Cena, he's had this MMA gimmick where he tries to make the matches look as real as possible. And as much as I enjoy that, I do miss the actual wrestler Brock Lesnar, if he has that left in him. You see brief glimpses of it in WrestleMania and some of his matches. I think his match against Goldberg a couple years ago, he showed some crazy athleticism. Goldberg tried to spear him and he just leaped over him like a cat. A guy as big as Brock Lesnar leaping over somebody like a cat is just, I don't know, it's crazy. I know he's not the only big man to do stuff like that, but just seeing it out of nowhere from Brock Lesnar is let's just say you wouldn't see something like that in a UFC octagon, because if you did, the whole world would collectively shit themselves if it happened. So that's the rumor going around. Brock Lesnar gonna be in AEW. Good lord. And other news that's kind of similar to this. AEW announced a new event for Rampage at the end of August that is going to take place in Chicago. Now, I wonder who lives in Chicago. I wonder what famous wrestler lives in Chicago. I wonder. After AEW brought up their event in Chicago, they then proceeded to drop little not so subtle hints about CM Punk. You had Darby Allin mention that he wanted to see who the best in the world was in Chicago. That's like, I don't think you could be any more on the nose than that. The fans erupted into CM Punk chants as soon as the news was revealed that they were doing a Rampage event in Chicago. And it literally cut to the crowd going, CM Punk, CM Punk. And then it cut back to Tony Schiavone, who made like an offhanded remark about it. So I would say it's about 90% that CM Punk is actually going to be in AEW, which is absolutely insane. It's possible AEW could be beating WWE in the ratings if they get Brock Lesnar, Punk, and Bryan. Like, oh my god. Not to mention the last 4 weeks of AEW has actually been good. I don't know about next week. The only match that looks interesting next week is Cody Rhodes and Aleister Black. And I don't know exactly how good that match will be. I have enjoyed the booking so far of Aleister Black and Cody Rhodes. Cody cut a promo that was like really like passionate and heated, and he was like screaming a lot. It's like something that's like missing out of promos nowadays. You used to watch promos in the 80s and it would be like the wrestlers were on cocaine and they're all hyped up and screaming, and it was like so exciting. Now when people do promos, it's just like, I feel like I'm watching promo class from like OVW, like a developmental brand. I'm watching like a promo class or something. It's like they're not really good at promos, and that seems to be a big problem with many wrestlers nowadays. It's like they're good wrestlers, you know, but they're not good at promos. And I don't know how I feel about Aleister Black's delivery on his promos and everything, but I think AEW's doing a good job with him so far, and I can't be overly critical or negative about it. But trust me, when AEW starts dropping the ball again, you can expect me to be very critical about it, because, you know, I have been for a while. Like, I've only started enjoying AEW the past couple of weeks because it's been legitimately good. So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, not only are they about to sign 3 of the biggest wrestlers in the world, but they've also been putting out a pretty good product. Like, there's been some good wrestling, like good storylines. It's been pretty good. I mean, especially when you compare it to the abysmal, like, Monday Night Raw, the just dumpster fire of a promotion. It's so awful. Even SmackDown has, like, been kind of boring lately. Literally the only good thing in WWE right now is, like, the Roman Reigns storyline with the Usos and Paul Heyman. Everything else is just so weird. Like, even if there's good wrestlers involved, it's just so weird. Like, you have Matt Riddle. He's such a good wrestler. He has potential of being a good character, but WWE is so cartoony with everything they do. They're literally turning Matt Riddle into Rob Van Dam 2.0, where every promo he cuts is just, dude, bro, dude. You know, the crowd eats it up because they ate it up when Rob Van Dam did it too, but RVD had so much potential to be like a huge star in WWE, like many wrestlers before him, and all they did was turn him into a stupid stoner character. He's like, dude, yeah, bro, dude. So, like, I'm sure the kids like this, you know, Matt Riddle, The Miz storyline. And also, The Miz and John Morrison were literally eaten by zombies a couple pay-per-views back. How does getting eaten by zombies put you in a wheelchair? Did they just eat his legs? Is The Miz like legless now? Is he just never gonna wrestle ever again? What's the point? What's the story on that? We get all these rumors on Brock Lesnar fighting in AEW. Somebody needs to get the inside scoop on The Miz. How did he survive getting eaten by zombies? It's like, I hate stupid shit in wrestling, right? I hate it. But you know what I hate even worse than stupid shit is continuity issues, which runs wild in WWE. It's like, wow, that's incredibly stupid that The Miz was eaten by zombies. But you know what? I'll roll with it, alright? He was eaten by zombies, but then the next week he just comes back and he's in a wheelchair. Like, why does The Miz have a wheelchair gimmick after being eaten by zombies? That makes no fucking sense. At least in AEW, they haven't done anything even close to that stupid. They haven't had zombies in AEW yet. Holy shit. Imagine what Vince is gonna do when Brock Lesnar shows up in AEW. This man might just fucking retire at this point. And I don't think anybody would blame him. But with that being said, this is your wrestling news for the day. This is just my comments on it. Leave a comment below telling me what you think about the rumors of Brock Lesnar being in AEW. Is this not the craziest thing to happen in wrestling in a long time? At least many cool and exciting things are gonna happen in the future. There's something to look forward to in professional wrestling. There's literally something for everybody in AEW. They have death matches. They're gonna have the return of a wrestling legend that people have begged for years. They're gonna have the return of CM Punk, and if rumors are true, there may be a beast on the horizon with Brock Lesnar. Literally something for everybody. So leave a comment telling me if you think this is good news, if you think this is bad news. Do you think that Brock Lesnar leaving WWE for AEW, what do you think the implications are in the future of wrestling? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you want to see WWE go to business? Hopefully you don't, but maybe you do. Honestly, what I want to see, I just want to see competition again, and it looks like we're definitely going to get that when these three show up in AEW. So that being said, thank you for watching. This is the first of many. Episodes of stream. This is the first of many videos I'm going to make about wrestling. There's not going to be any shortage of topics to talk about, it seems. And this has been the Cobraism, and I'm out. Thank you for watching.